please all of you turn off your mics and all of you mark your attendance. Okay. So in the last class, we were studying about the commutative property of division, and in that property, how many of you are, does anyone have any doubt in that property? Okay. So I don't think so. Nobody will be having doubt in that property. So commutative property is nothing but A divided by B should be equal to B divided by A. But since we are checking for division, there we will not be getting that LHS and RHS equal. So that we are studied in the last class. Okay. So after commutative property under division, next we will be learning about associative property under division. Associative property under division. Okay. So now already we know that how to check associative property. So in order to check associative property, we have to take three integers. So let us take the integers as ABC. Let A, B and C be any three integers. So now we are taken three integers. So according to this property, A divided by B divided by C. So in the LHS, first we are dividing A and B. It should be equal to A divided by B divided by C. In the right hand side, we will be dividing last two numbers, that is B and C first, and then whatever the answer we are getting, that we will be dividing with A. Okay. So now let's take some values for A, B and C and check whether we will get LHS and RHS, left hand side of the equation and right hand side of the equation, same or not. Okay. So let me give some values for ABC. So all of you check it and tell me whether you are going to get equal or not. So let us take A is equal to 5, B is equal to 3 and C is equal to 4. So we'll take all the positive values only, because all the positives, negative, all these are all integers. So all of you take these values and check whether your left hand side of the equation and right hand side of the equations are equal or not. And all of you write your answers in the comment section. Okay, I got the answer, they will not be equal, but I want answers. On the left hand side, what answers you will get, and on the right hand side, what answers you will get. That answers I want. Please comment in the comment section what answers you will be getting. So let me write the question. A divided by B divided by C is equal to A divided by B divided by C. The values of ABC are 5, 3, 4. A is equal to 5, B is equal to 3 and C is equal to 4. Okay. So we have taken these values. Let us check what answers we will be getting in the left hand side and on the right hand side. So A we have taken 5 divided by 3 divided by 4 is equal to 5 divided by 3 divided by 4. Okay. So now 5 divided by 3 is nothing but 5 by 3 divided by 4 is equal to 5 divided by 3 divided by 4 is nothing but 3 by 4. Okay. So now we know that whenever we are dividing, we have to take the reciprocal of the second term and we have to change the division sign into multiplication sign. Okay. So now 5 by 3 we'll write as it is, and this division will convert it into multiplication, and after converting, what you have to do, we have to take the reciprocal of 4. Okay. So what is the reciprocal of 4? It will be 1 by 4 is equal to 5 and the division sign we are converting into multiplication sign, and we have to take the reciprocal of 3 by 4. What is the reciprocal of 3 by 4? It will be 4 by 3. So now multiplication already we know, numerators we have to multiply with numerator and denominators we have to multiply with denominator. So 5 into 1 you will get 5 and 3 into 4 you will get 12 is equal to 5 into 4 you will get 20 divided by 3. Okay, it is not 3 divided by 20, it will be 20 divided by 3. Remember, you have to take the reciprocal of the second term, not of the first term. Okay, on the left hand side we got 5 by 12, and on the right hand side we are getting 20 by 3. Are they equal? My question is, are these values are equal? Okay, thank you. So they are not equal. So since your LHS is not equal to RHS, what we can say, this property, what is that property? Associative and property under division, it will not holds good. Okay, so integers are not associative under division. Okay, so now the same thing, let us take some other values for ABC and check whether we'll get LHS and RHS equal or not. So all of you start doing this question. Let's take A is equal to 5, B is equal to -3, and C is equal to 8. So now all of you take these values for A, B and C and start doing it and write your answers in the comment section. All of you take these values. A is equal to 5, B is equal to -3 and C is equal to 8 and check whether your LHS and RHS are going to become equal or not. And all of you write your answers, what answers you will get in your LHS, left hand side of the equation and right hand side of the equation. Okay, I got one answer, 5 divided by -24, and on the right hand side -15 divided by 8. Okay, let's solve this question. So according to this, already we know A divided by B divided by C should be equal to A divided by B divided by C. So now put that, somebody has turned on your mic, please turn it off. So now 5 divided by -3 divided by 8 is equal to 5 divided by -3 divided by 8. Please turn off your mic, Aditya Sridas. Okay, thank you. So now 5 divided by -3 will be 5 divided by -3 divided by 8 is equal to 5 divided by -3 divided by 8. Okay, so now here we are having division sign. So if you want to convert the division sign, you have to take the reciprocal of the second term. So 5 divided by -3 will remain as it is, and the division sign we are converting into multiplication, and reciprocal of 8, and reciprocal of 8 will be 1 by 8 is equal to 5. First term will be as it is, division we are changing into multiplication, and what is the reciprocal of -3 by 8? It will be 8 by -3. Okay, so now 5 into 1, now it has become multiplication. We have to multiply numerators with numerator and denominator with denominator. 5 into 1 it will be 5, and -3 into 8 it will be -24 is equal, just 1 minute, I will be repeating once again. Similarly 5 into 8 you will get 40, and same way here 5 will be there, nothing but 5 by 1, 1 into -3 will be -1. Obviously these values are not equal. Okay, so since LHS left hand side of the equation and right hand side of the equations are not equal, that means integers are not associative under division. Okay, so all of you go through it once again, and till then I'll be repeating this property. Okay, till if anybody has any doubt, please comment in the comment section. Till then I'll be repeating this property once again. Okay, so now we'll be checking associative property under division. Okay, for checking associative property under division, what we have to do, we have to take three integers. It can be any integers. For that, I have taken three integers a, b, and c. Okay, these are our integers. Since we are checking this associative property for division, according to this property, a divided by b divided by c should be equal to a divided by b divided by c. But here you need to be very careful. What I have done, I have put bracket for a and b in the left hand side, and on the right hand side I have put bracket for b and c. Okay, now let us check whether your left hand side and right hand side of the equations are equal or not. How to check? Take some values for a, b, and c. Any values you can take. What I have done, I've taken a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 3 and c is equal to 4. So these are the values I have taken for a, b, and c. Is it clear till now? Aditya Sridas, is it clear? Okay. So now after this, after taking the values for a, b, c, this was our equation a divided by b divided by c is equal to a divided by b divided by c. Okay. So now what we are doing, we are putting the values of a is equal to 5, b is equal to 3 and c is equal to 4 in the equation. So a is equal to 5 we are taken divided by b is equal to 3 and c is equal to 4. What we have done, we are substituted the values whatever we are taken for a, b, c. Okay. After that, what we have done, 5 divided by 3 is nothing but 5 by 3 divided by 4 is equal to, here 5 divided by 3 by 4 they are in the bracket, that we need to divide first. 3 by 4 is nothing but 3 divided by 4. Okay, so now we know that 5 divided by 5 by 3 divided by 4 is equal to 5 divided by 3 by 4. Okay, so now since we are having division sign here, that we need to convert into multiplication. How to convert that into multiplication? First, write the first number as it is. 5 by 3 is there, that will be writing as it is 5 by 3. Division sign we are converting into multiplication, and 4, that 4 you have to take the reciprocal of 4. The reciprocal of 4 will be 1 by 4. Okay, is equal to, in the right hand side we are having 5. First number already I told you have to write as it is, and division sign we are converting into multiplication, and we have to take the reciprocal of 3 by 4. The reciprocal of 3 by 4, it will be 4 by 3. So now all the signs we are converted into multiplication. Now already we know how to multiply the fractions or integers. So numerators you have to multiply with numerators, denominators you have to multiply with denominators. So 5 into 1 you will get 5, 3 into 4 you will get 12. And on the right hand side you will be having 5 into 4, it will be 20, and here 5 by 1 will be there, 1 into 3 you will get 3. So left hand side we are getting 5 by 12, and on the right hand side we are getting 20 by 3. So obviously are they equal? So they are not equal. So when they are not equal, we can say that integers are not associative under division. Okay. So now, still if anybody has any doubt in this property, please comment, so that I'll be repeating that once again. Does anyone have any doubt in this one? Please comment it. Okay. So after these properties, next we'll be learning how to divide integers. Already just now I told how to divide integers, and based on this we will be having few questions like we'll take some more problems regarding division. Division already I told in the taught in the last class, previous class, but still we'll take some more questions regarding this division of integers. Minus 20 divided by 5. What answers will be there? Please all of you write your answers in the comment section. Okay, so minus 20 divided by 5, it will be minus 4. Fine. Minus 44 divided by minus 4. Here what we are doing, we are taking two negative integers. Okay, on dividing two negative integers, what answers you will be getting? You will get the answers in positive. It will be 11. Okay, same way we will take another two questions. Minus 12 by 3. It will be minus 4. 1330 divided by 11 minus 11. I think it is not going. Wait, just 1 minute. 1210 divided by minus 11. So it will be how much? Minus 110. Okay, so there are few questions in your chapter regarding division of integers. Okay, so all of you go through that. Already I have given exercise 1.3 and 1.4 as homework. So all of you start doing it. I think most of you have submitted the assignments, and I'll be going through that. And in that, if anybody has any doubt, please comment in that Google Classroom. And tomorrow we are having maths revision class. Okay, self-study class. In that, if anybody is having any doubt, during that time we can discuss that one. Please don't present your screen. Somebody has presented. Okay. So till now, whatever the properties we are discussed regarding integers, does anyone have any doubt regarding all these properties? We are discussed properties of integers under addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Does anyone have any problems regarding all these properties of integers till now, whatever you have discussed? Okay. So now, if it is no, let's move on to the next chapter. Shall we start our next chapter? Commutative property. Under what? Under division. Okay, fine. So now, commutative property under division. So for commutative property under division, how we are checking commutative property for others, like for if it is addition, how we are checking for addition? So there we are taking two integers and we are adding. That means a plus b should be equal to b plus a. If it is subtraction, what we are doing? A minus b should be equal to b minus a. Same way, if it is multiplication, what we are doing, A into B should be equal to B into A. So that means commutative property we are checking by taking two integers. Same way for division, what we have to do, A divided by B should be equal to B divided by A. So let A and B be any two integers. So what we are doing, we are taking two integers and that integers are A and B. So according to commutative property, what it says, A divided by B should be equal to B divided by A. So now let's check whether your left hand side of the equation and right hand side of the equations are equal or not. Okay, let's take some values for A and B and let's check whether they are equal or not. And this, please turn off your mic. This, who is this? Jaidev Chaudhary. Please turn off your mic. Okay, we'll take some values for A is equal to 5 and we'll take B is equal to 3. Okay, so now we are taking the value of A is equal to A as 5 and B as 3. So we substitute these values in the equation, that is A divided by B is equal to B divided by A. So A, the value of A is 5 divided by 3, is it equal to 3 divided by 5? So 5 by 3 is nothing but 5 divided by 3 is equal to 3 divided by 5. So are they equal here? Obviously they are not equal. 5 divided by 3 is 5 divided by 3, the value is different, and 3 divided by 5, the values are different. Obviously they are not equal. If they are not equal, we can say that integers are not commutative under division. Okay, does anybody has any doubt in any other topics? Please ask. Closure property under division. Okay, so let's take the closure property under division. Okay, so now let us recall how we are checking closure property in other cases. Okay, if it is addition, how we are checking the closure property? We have to take any two integers and we have to add them. And after adding, what we have to do, we will be getting some answers, and that answers we have to check whether it belongs to integers or not. Okay, and similarly if it is subtraction, there also what we are doing, we are taking two integers and we are subtracting, and whatever the answers we are getting, that we need to check whether it is an integer or not. Okay, so if, since we are checking for division, we have to divide the two integers. Okay, after dividing, we have to check whether our answers belong to integer or not. Okay, is it clear? Okay, so now let us take few examples for division of integers, like 12 divided by 4. 12 is also integer, and same way 4 is also integers. On dividing, what you will get? 3. Answer, is it an integer? Obviously 3 is also integers. Let us take some other example. 15 divided by minus 3. 15 divided by minus 3, it will be how much? Minus 5. Minus 5, is it an integer? Obviously minus 5 is a integer. Okay, so let's take another example. 4 divided by 3. 4 is also integer. We are taking two integers here. One integer is 4 and another integer is 3. So on dividing 4 by 3, you will get 4 by 3, or it will be 1.33. Okay, so 1.33 or 4 by 3, does it belong to an integer? Are we getting our answers in integers? No, obviously we are not going to get our answers in integers. If we are not going to get our answers in integers, we can say that integers are not closed under division. Okay, is it clear? So for any two integers, always you must get integer. On dividing any two integers, always you must get an integers. But here we are not getting answers in integers. So that's why we can say that integers are not closed under division. Still, and which property? Uh, Under division, see closure property, that is also not coming. Next, we are checked for commutative property. Integers are not commutative under division. Same way, next we are checked for associative property. Integers are not associative under division. Okay. For all these three, we will not be getting our LHS and RHS are equal. No one, no, for any like for closure, for commutative, for associative, for all, that properties are not obeyed. Distributive property. Okay, okay, I will repeat that one. Distributive properties will be there only for multiplication. Okay, so distributive property of multiplication over addition and over subtraction. Okay, so let me explain that. Distributive property of is it okay now? Please comment it. Okay, fine. So distributive property of multiplication over addition. Okay. So according to this distributive property, already we have studied this property in 6th also. So what we have to do? We have to take any three integers. Let us take it as A and B and C. So we have taken three integers A, B, C. According to this property, A into B plus C is equal to A into B plus A into C. So what we are doing here, A we are multiplying with B, same way A we are multiplying with C also. So this property already we are studied in 6th. And why we are telling the distributive property of multiplication over addition? Because in between B and C we are having plus sign. Because of that we are telling that as distributive property of multiplication over addition. Instead of plus, if there is negative sign in between B and C, then we can say that distributive property of multiplication over subtraction. Okay. So now, based on this distributive property, let's solve some problems. Okay. Solve the following using distributive property. So first one, minus 3 into 93 plus minus 3 into 7. So all of you do this and write your answer. Okay, most of you are writing the correct answers. Now let's see how to do this one. Okay. So first identify which is the common number that we are having in these two. So first one is minus 3 into 97 plus minus 3 into 7. So here minus 3 is common for both the terms. Okay, so minus 3, let us take it outside. If you are taking minus 3 outside, what is left out? In the first one, 93 will be left out, plus in the next one, 7 will be left out. Okay, so now minus 3 into 97 plus, sorry, 93 plus 7 will be 100. Okay, so now minus 3 into 100, it will be minus 300. Okay, same way, let us take another problem. So all of you start doing this one. Okay, now my voice, is it clear now? Okay, so all of you start doing this question now. Okay, most of you have written the correct answers. So let us see how to solve it. So from both the terms, we can see that 14 is common in both the terms. So let us take that 14 outside. If you take 14 outside, from the first one, we'll be having minus 73 plus, and from the second, we'll be having minus 27 left out. Okay, from the first term, minus 73 will be left out, and from the second term, minus 27 will be left out. So 14 into minus 73 plus minus 27. Both are negative, we have to add and you have to put the minus sign. It will be minus 100. Okay, so now 14 into minus 100, it will be minus 1400. Okay, so it will be minus 1400. So both are negative. Here you have to be very careful. Minus 73 plus minus 27. Since both the numbers are negative, we have to add and we have to put the minus sign in the answers. Okay, so let us take another problem. $55 into minus 101. Please check your answers. Okay, so now what we have to do, if you are using distributive property, we have to split this 101 minus 101. You have to split it. You have to divide that into two parts. Okay, so how we can divide 55 into 100 and minus 101? We can write it as minus 100 plus minus 1. Minus 100 plus minus 1. Directly also we can do it. Suppose if you are doing it by using distributive property, that time you have to split that 101 into two parts. Okay, so that's why I'm writing 101 as minus 100 plus minus 1, because on adding these two, again we'll be getting minus 101. Okay, so now we know that according to distributive property, minus 55 we have to multiply with minus 100. Also we have to multiply 55 with minus 1. So we can write it as 55 into minus 100 plus 55 into minus 1. Okay, so 55 into minus 100, it will be minus 5500 plus 55 into minus 1, it will be minus 55. So now both the integers are negative. If the signs are same, we have to add and we have to put the negative sign in the answer. the answer would be minus 5555. Okay, so whenever we are using distributive property, always you have to split the terms. Okay, if the question is use the distributive property to solve the given equations or the given problems, so there always you have to remember that if the numbers are like this, you have to split and you have to write your answers. If the numbers are already splitted, you have to combine them and you have to do the calculations. Is it okay? So now all of you again go through the chapter once again. Still, if you have any doubt, please comment in the comment section from any topic. Okay, if everything is clear, let us start our next chapter, fractions and decimals. And for fractions and decimals, already I have given the materials in the Google Classroom. I have given the chapter also, and I have given one video related to that chapter. Okay, so all of you go through that. Okay, Vital Mane is asking additive inverse. Split means dividing that number into two parts. Like minus 101 is there, that we are dividing into two parts. That can be written as minus 100 plus minus 1. Because minus 100 plus minus 1, when you are adding, you will get minus 101 only. Okay, so let's discuss additive inverse. So additive inverse, okay, for a given integers, what we have to add to get 0. Okay, so for a given integer, what we have to add to get 0, that number is we call it as additive inverse. Okay, so let us take an example. Minus 5 is there. To this minus 5, what we have to add to get 0? It will be 5. So now we can say that 5 is the additive inverse of minus 5. Okay, 5 is the additive minus 5. So for a given integers, always the negative of that number will be additive inverse. Negative of that number means if they are given 5. What is the negative of that number? Minus 5. This will be the additive inverse. If they are given minus 100, negative of that minus 100 will be plus 100. So for minus 100, additive inverse will be plus 100.